where with an increasingly desperate EU ramping up the threats, the British government set to safeguard against these threats, and what the likes of Ursula von der Leyen are saying. I'm going to bring you all the very latest in this video, guys, but please start off as ever by making sure you've hit subscribe and the bell. That's the best way to make sure you don't miss my next video, and give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Now, I do think today's Mail on Sunday front page really does say it all. EU loses plot on vaccine. After rubbishing then suspending Oxford jab, they're now threatening to illegally block exports, with the EU today doubling down on its threat to block vaccine exports to the UK. And I think the really crazy thing about all of this, as I highlighted in the video yesterday, is that the so-called EU financial settlement, the UK set to hand the EU a further 49 billion quid by 2026, while we're having threats of export bans, while we're having legal action taken against us, and while we're having potential threats of tariffs being put on UK goods. This is all going on while the UK set to give the EU 49 billion by 2026. That needs to be looked at urgently. First, von der Leyen threatening to block AstraZeneca vaccines from leaving Europe. Speaking to a group of German newspapers this weekend, she has said, "We have the possibilities to forbid planned exports." That is the message to AstraZeneca. You fulfill your contract with Europe before you start delivering to other countries, she said. I mean, the EU, we know, have completely failed in terms of their procurement strategy and approach, of course, especially compared to the British government. You're even seeing now, today, EU's hopeless response to COVID, putting UK at risk, according to Oxford Sir John Bell, saying the continent had no idea what was going on in terms of how strains were spreading. And so the response to this shambles that we're seeing right now in the EU is a bid by the British government to make more vaccine jabs in Britain, as the EU up the rhetoric in terms of potential export bans. And of course, we've already seen this happen, by the way, on exports that were due to go to Australia. So they do have form for this. Hence why this strategy is becoming more self-sufficient is very important. Ministers said to be working, according to the Telegraph, on plans to accelerate the onshoring of vaccine production to make Britain more self-sufficient amid fears of rising vaccine nationalism. Under a plan hatched in Whitehall, ministers are now working at pace on bringing up much production onshore to stop the risk that other countries can disrupt the process of getting jabs into British arms. One number 10 source quote is saying, "There's a lot of domestic production already. We're always looking at ways we can increase vaccine production in the UK. The government is looking at ways vaccine supplies can be increased all the time." And so again, I reiterate, while this is all going on, and by the way, that seems a very sensible and important thing for the British government to move forward with. But as I said, as I reported yesterday, the EU financial settlement, the UK set to hand the EU 49 billion quid from about 2020 to 2026, while we're getting threats of export bans, legal action, and the threat of tariffs put on UK goods. And of course, we also know that the EU haven't even ratified the deal. It's completely unacceptable. But let me know what you make of this British government strategy to become more self-sufficient. Do you back the government in doing that? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And as ever, if you enjoyed this report, if you found it helpful and informative, please do give this video a big thumbs up and hit the join button down below if you want to support my work and be a member here on the channel. Would really appreciate that as well. And of course, guys, as ever, thanks so much for watching.